delivers a small direct current into the array. The metals within the
Ion
array,
cleanse.
in combination with the water and salt, generate positively and negatively charged ions by separating hydrogen and oxygen from the water molecule. These ions neutralize charged particles in the body. The neutralized particles are pulled out of the body through the skin via osmosis and diffusion. Osmosis and diffusion involve the movement of particles through a membrane from a lower concentration to a higher concentration. In this case, the higher concentration is the ion field set up by the array in the water. For the purpose of ion cleanse discussions, positive and negative relate to electrical rather than chemical phenomena. When the ion cleanse is set on positive, the current flows to the positive pole in the array, which results in more negative ions being produced in the water. 4 water molecules plus 4 electrons reduces to H2 gas plus 4 hydroxyl ions. In this polarity, we have hydrogen gas smoking from the array, and we are left with an abundance of negatively charged hydroxyl ions in the water. Therefore, positive polarity generates a negative ion concentration. When the ion cleanse is set on negative, the current flows to the negative pole in the array, which results in more positive ions being produced in the water. 2 water molecules oxidizes to O2 gas plus 4 hydrogen ions plus 4 electrons. In this polarity, we have oxygen gas coming from the water, and we are left with an abundance of positively charged ions in the water. Therefore, negative polarity generates a positive ion concentration. This process is known as the electrolysis of water. Ionization is, in fact, a familiar process. In nature, ions are generated by the movement of water molecules. Think of how good you feel while walking along a beach or near a waterfall. We are creating the same reaction with the ion cleanse, only magnified many times over.
Science proves that toxins and chemicals already inside all of us are causing cell mutations, weakening our immune system, disrupting brain functions, and draining our energy. Now there's a way to gently force these toxins and poisons out of your body. Best of all, you can quickly and easily eliminate harmful toxins without uncomfortable herbal cleanses, drugs, or changing your habits with willpower. What I'm talking about is an ionic detox foot bath. You want to accomplish 2 goals with you today. The first is to break down the ionic detox foot bath process step by step so you can see the technology and science that is taking place and how this actually rids your body of toxins. I get a lot of questions about whether or not this is a scam or snake oil. And to be honest, I don't blame people for being skeptical, as long as they are willing to do the research and know that there are 2 sides to every story. My other goal is to reveal to you what I call a super therapy. When these 2 other therapies are combined with the ionic detox foot bath, the results are tremendous. Let's look at the scientific principles behind why an ionic detox foot bath does work, and it's not a scam. Some of this content is going to be pretty technical and heavy with the scientific terms and processes, but I promise to explain it in a way that
This thing is getting darker and darker.
This fits in the overall big picture. The first term I want to introduce is diffusion. Diffusion is the movement of molecules down a concentration gradient. Think about when someone sprays perfume across the roof. At first you can't smell a thing, but slowly you begin to get a whiff of it. That's because the molecules started out concentrated in that one area, then it began to mix and bounce off the other molecules, and eventually spread themselves throughout, balancing the concentration. Another simple example of this is when you put a drop of dye in a cup of water. The dye slowly diffuses through the water until it is evenly spread out. The next term we need to get an understanding of is osmosis. Osmosis is a special type of diffusion in which a fluid passes through a semi-permeable membrane. In this video, we will be specifically talking about water, since our bodies are made up of about 70% water. Osmosis Osmosis occurs when a higher concentration of water molecules exists on one side of a membrane and a lower concentration on the other. As we saw with diffusion, the water will want to even out this concentration, and so the molecules will pass through the membrane from the higher side to the lower to reach what is called equilibrium. A great example of this is the roots of plants. For the most part, the concentration of water molecules is higher outside of the root than on the inside. So water will pass through the cell wall and into the plant along with some nutrients. The human body also takes advantage of this phenomenon. The kidneys maintain the body with just the right concentration to keep the cells healthy. Osmosis is the foundation for the ionic foot bath process. Just think, if our kidneys are being overworked with toxins, more than we were meant to handle, then our cells and kidneys can become backed up and have high toxicity levels. Alright, we have one more scientific term we need to define before we can talk about the ionic foot bath specifically. I will need to explain what electrolysis of water is. Basically, electrolysis is the splitting of water into hydrogen and oxygen gases. This is accomplished when an electric current is added to the water. Here are the two reactions that take place during electrolysis. 4 water molecules plus 4 electrons reduces to 2 hydrogen gas and 4 hydroxyl ions. We are producing hydrogen gas, which leaves a high concentration of negatively charged hydroxyl ions in the water. 2 water molecules oxidizes to oxygen gas plus 4 hydrogen ions plus 4 electrons. We are producing oxygen gas, which leaves a high concentration of positive ions in the water. Both reactions produce what are called ions, or charged molecules, in a process called ionization. Ionization is not new and can be found in nature, where water collides with itself, as seen at the beach or waterfalls.
After about
And now
20
we create the
minutes,
same effect, and with a much
because
more powerful
now the color of the
concentration.
water
Okay, so how does all this come
in
together
there,
in the
so
form of an
it's
ionic
naturally
detox foot bath? Let's take a look.
detoxing
There are
my
4
body.
key elements needed to make
Yeah.
it all happen. A direct current from an electrical
And
source, the
Genia
power
is
supply, electrodes that
similarly
conduct the current,
going
the array, water,
her own
a tub or basin
detoxing
to put the
process.
water and array into. When the power source sends a direct current to the electrodes in the array, breaks the water molecules up into its gases and ions. These ions are now in the water, creating a higher concentration. These ions are passed into the body through osmosis. There they attract toxins in the body like little magnets. Again, osmosis is used to gently pull these ions with the attached toxins into the water, where they will stay. This is why people will notice a drastic change in the color of
Oh,
water.
look at that water.
I do want to note that the water will